Hey, what's up, fam? Whew. This got a little weird with this chapter. Things got a little bit weird, but in a good way. For one, I want to, real quick before I start this, on the cover page, if you look at the drawing on the back of Gray's shirt, does anyone notice that it's, for one, the drawing is very odd in nature because it doesn't look like it's referencing anything that I could think of off the top of my head. It looks like it might be maybe something new. When I say that, because if you look at the head shape and that like weird like one eye right below like the chin and the horns, it looks a lot like uh the marking of Gray's ice demon magic slash curse, whichever they decide. I don't know. Look at that and then look at his the marking that he had when he uses it. Just tell me if you think there's a similarity, because I see a similarity. Anyway, so the chapter itself, we got Jalal talking to members of Blue Pegasus, and which immediately followed up, obviously, because he's looking for Touka, and then we got some Touka stuff, and I like some of the interactions between Levi and Gadget this chapter. I like how he's like, well, you guys were a little bit rough with me when I joined, because she's like, we should probably stop following her around. Gadget and Juvia want to see if Touka is, as he was saying, white or black or not, which I feel like it was more like a like good or bad, but it was worded weirdly because there's one of the panels that I want to bring up because it's a little bit funny. But I'll get to that. But obviously, you get funny stuff like Panther Lily trying to keep them from fighting, and then both Levy and Gadget are just like, "Hey, shut the fuck up! Stop talking right now." And it was unfortunate to see them argue. It was funny in a way to see them argue, but also you got a little bit towards their character. You got a little bit of character conflict. But at the same time, when you find finding out stuff later, you can tell that it's a little bit upsetting. But oh yeah, and then the panel where Gadget says if she is black, it would be dangerous for Levy too. I would never let her get hurt. Uh, I mean, out of context, it can be taken in a few ways. In a comedic way, it's kind of like the Dragon Ball when they're like Dragon Ball Super, and they're like, "Don't shoot, he's not black," and they're referring to Goku Black. And anyone who knows the context is like, "Oh yeah, of course they wouldn't." But actually, just having no idea and watching that one clip, you'd be like, what the fuck? But I'd read through the raws, translate a couple parts during my spoiler video pretty quick, so I wasn't 100% accurate with some of the stuff. But obviously, that's what the spoilers were, and I was in a hurry. But Toka ends up going to Natsu and Happy's house and kind of just like enjoying it, just like staring outside. I kind of like the idea more of that. I thought it was that she was gonna live inside their house until they came back. And I'm a little bit curious actually the part where she's like, Natsu burned me with that fire. I'm wondering. I doubt she has the same like want to die thing with Natsu just because he's indie. I think it's different because I have a theory I'll probably put out at some point around just my guess of what she's doing, just a guess. So obviously she funny kind of reveals that she's living right next door to Lucy in her apartment. I like how Juvia also kind of envisions like this fight between them. That was kind of funny. Of them just pretty much just fighting over Natsu. She's gonna be used in a way to help push that romance. It's gonna happen eventually. She ends up getting ready to take a shower, and Casual's just he's trying to see some of that tits and ass at the same time while things are going on. But funny enough, when we see shortly after because when she first like starts getting undressed, you can't see her tail, but when she gets in the shower, you can see the silhouette. Obviously, it's there, and then following after some more character interaction between Livy and Gadgil, but obviously that last panel on the page is foreshadowing the whole thing with Levy being pregnant with the inevitable Gadgil and Levy twins that we've seen before and are in a light novel, which I'm wondering if it ends up actually then being considered canon. But anyway, we get back to the water dragon with Mercifovia, and he's kind of saying how the reason that his power is not being he can't control it is because the dragon aspect of like his abilities were stolen. So it seems like it's just like a water power that it's now out of his control. It's too much because he doesn't have that dragon aspect to him to where he can't manipulate it the same way. So it's gonna end up screwing over everything around him. And what's actually revealed is they say it as the white magician who is revealed to be Touka can stole that from him. So that means that she could steal Acronologia level like powers from people, which is pretty interesting. Pretty interesting in what she's capable of. And God, I'm really interested in what her goal is. But yeah, it's there's definitely some things there with her character. She's probably gonna have that same kind of like aspect with Zeref, where she's gonna be really powerful, but in more of whereas like the dragons are very kind of heavy, like outright stats, like crazy power, like power and destructive levels, crazy durability, and then they'll have some perks with whatever their type of element is, whatever their attribute is, and then whereas like Zeref and probably Touka having tons and tons of crazy weird magic from living for so long. Um, we got the ash kind of like filling up the temple from Scarion's corpse dragon slaying magic, and like I said in my review of chapter 8, I just wanted to see him do something with it. I mean, this is technically something. It's not a name technique, but it is cool just because like that idea of anytime he kind of enters, there's just kind of ash filling up the place, entering or exiting, which is that's badass. He looks cooler in this chapter too. I think the chapter or the panel where him, Mad Mole, and Kyrie are kind of staying there, it's like all right, but like that zoomed in and you get a little bit more detail to the bones on the suit he's wearing, I think looks pretty cool. But also apparently they're gonna set their sights on Touka to go try and eat her and gain that dragon power of the divine dragons as the translation that I'm reading right now is going. I like the divine dragons. I don't like the holy pentadrake translation. Whatever. But Jalal then finds out about where Touka is, joining the Fairy Tale Guild, and that's when we find out that she is, uh, as Jalal says, potentially as dangerous as Zeref, the white magician Touka. I like White Witch better. I'm just gonna go with that for right now. So, what are we gonna find out from Touka? Well, what is her goal? Is she's kind of like where Zeref was this like dark mage who didn't want to be evil, wanted to be more of a good guy. Touka is a white mage who wants to be more, bad, more evil, which I think is kind of cool on that opposing end. And I saw people kind of going over that whole theory that the tale that Irene was talking about of the white and black angels that fought each other over some guy. Well, if it could hold any relevance here, obviously Touka and Zeref would have both be kind of like it looks like Touka's in love with Natsu, but Zeref wants to be with his brother. He wants to, have one of his family members back. So they both have a reason for it. There's a bunch of stuff that could kind of follow in there. Maybe she wants to harness E&D. Maybe she has a thing for E&D for some reason. Maybe she wants to create life, whereas like for a reason, whereas Zeref wanted to create life to kill him, she has her a different goal. Who the fuck knows? We're gonna have to wait and see. There's so many things going right now. We have the divine dragons, we have the dragon eaters, we have Touka, we have a potential shadiness with Elefsaria, a bunch of cool stuff. So tell me in the comments what you think about this. I love we're getting so much in singular chapters with this series. Even though it's bi-weekly, there isn't a lot of kind of like filler content in there. Anything that just is there to kind of fill up a couple pages extra, and I like that about this. I like that there's not a whole lot of you know kind of fatty bits where it's just like okay, it's fun, it's there, but I want to get to you want to get to anything that's important, anything that relates to the story, anything that could affect the fairy tale world at large. And this is that. This is we got a lot of good stuff in this chapter. We got a lot of good stuff really in every chapter so far for 100 Years Quest, and I'm really enjoying that. So we can talk way more about this obviously on the stream tomorrow when I do my anime manga amalgam stream. Obviously, I was thinking about doing it earlier today, but I didn't want to do it unless Fairy Tail and Eden Zero were out. Look, we didn't get Fairy Tail for me until it was late, and we'll definitely get Eden Zero tomorrow because at worst I'll just spend like I think it's like $1 on Comixology, read it if it's not translated. You know. Usually I want to buy the volumes when I put my money towards the stuff, but I'm willing to put $1 towards a chapter. I did that for the 100 Years Quest chapters every week anyway. Anyway, yeah, check out my other content. I do mostly manga stuff. Fairy Tail, Eden Zero, Black Clover. Soon to be the Radiant anime, which is gonna be awesome. Gonna do it this weekend. Yeah, check out my rest of my content. If you're subscribed to my channel already, thank you very much. If you aren't, I would appreciate if you would subscribe. And yeah, hopefully I can get you to tune into my stream tomorrow. It's going to be a lot of fun. Those usually end up being pretty good. So, yeah, until then, thank you very much for listening. Bye.